Star Wars is now 40 years old.
I find 99 objects that do 99...
But a bitch ain't one.
Welcome to Fat Man Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Mark Bernard.
Okay, so Star Trek Discovery is happening whether you want it to or not.
What is the sonic power Black Canary uses called in the comic book?
Canary cry?
Correct!
This episode of the Quit Stalling Geekcast is brought to you by Jinx.com to get 10% off of your entire shopping cart. Use the promo code QuitStalling_366 at checkout. If Overwatch League Stage 2 playoffs got you really hyped, if our first ever Quit Stalling Hearthstone Fireside Gathering has you excited, if you like other games like Half-Life, Minecraft, and so many more, head on over to Jinx.com, use the promo code QuitStalling_366 at checkout to get 10% off of all your gamer and geek swag. When you do, use the promo code QuitStalling_366. Get 10% off of your shopping cart. That's QuitStalling_366 to get 10% off of all your gamer and geek swag on Jinx.com. Dude, now that I've zoomed in, I'm noticing that all the bug bites I got last night are showing monster mosquitoes in the Philippines right now. Welcome everyone, the Quit Stalling Geekcast. This is the weekly show that flies straight into the trench, turns off its targeting system, and just closes its eyes and shoots. Yes, Obi-Wan, yes. I am your host, Herald Silvestre. The Quit Stalling Geekcast is your weekly dose of your geek news. We're talking about all sorts of things, from comic books to TV to movies to comic book movies and TV, and we enjoy it. We tend to enjoy things. Yes, like I mentioned, I am your host, Herald Silvestre. That is my real name. That is not a screen name I use on the internet. I am vain in the same sense as Jake from Overwatch League. I prefer to use my real name online. And with me today, I've got a geek. I've got my co-geek on the show today. The man, the myth, the support main making his 26th appearance on the show. No relation to Zoe. It's Juancho Saldana. How you doing, Juancho?
What's up, guys? I like that during the intro of the show, you just, stopped everything to talk about your skin after you noticed it. That was weird.
Hey, man. Skin is important. Don't want none of that Hugh Jackman cancer.
All right. So mosquitoes. That's something I do not miss about the Philippines. Ugh. Is it like dengue season right now there or something?
I hope not, man. I got a shit ton of bites. I can't. Oh my god.
On your forehead? That's weird.
Yeah. That's the only thing exposed because I was so afraid. Like after it bit me in the arm, I was like, no.
Alright.
Nasty, man. Nasty mosquitoes here. Real quick, huge shout out to everyone over in the chat who's already there. Francis, of course, the Fury Bot, Mick de Guzman. How you doing, guys? Mick, I gotta talk to you soon. I have opportunities to discuss. But right now it's about the geeks and the Geekcast. Juancho, man,
sounds like
how
we're
you
gonna
doing?
have like.
Sorry.
Like
what's up?
We're gonna have like some serial meeting or something.
Oh yes, the Order of the Royal Water Buffalo Lodge.
Also, like, Mick is the Fury Bot. It makes me think he's an actual bot in Twitch. Was that on purpose? Because that's pretty funny.
It's a little confusing, but also all right.
Anyway, what's up, guys? Juancho here. Did you ask me what I was doing this week? Is that what you did?
No, not
anyway,
yet.
I'm gonna tell you.
I was going to. Oh, whoops. Oh.
I wasn't sure. I got distracted by Fury Bot when I was thinking about the name, but didn't do anything interesting at all this week, I guess. Like, been writing cover letters for jobs. That's something. Let's see. I've been rewatching The Office just because, I don't know, there's really nothing I want to watch right now. And watching The Office, I need some comedy in my life, and it gets me hyped up to find a job.
Oh, yeah. Silicon Valley, that could hype you up for a job.
Yeah.
Wait, you chose The Office to get you hyped up about a job?
Because The Office is so funny. I want a cubicle and hilarious hijinks. You know? I want
Staplers
that.
and Jello. World's greatest boss
Let's
mugs.
see. Derek is going to Las Vegas this weekend, and we're gonna hang out. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
Nice friend of the show, Derek O'Brien. When is he coming on the show?
Oh right. He said he was game, but I didn't get to officially invite him. You know?
You know what? Before you forget, message him now while I talk about myself. Just message him on Facebook.
I'm not done yet, though. I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay.
Wait your turn. Okay.
Okay.
When
sorry.
I ask you about your weekend or your week, that's when you can talk. Okay? We have a thing here. We have a thing here. You don't want to ruin that.
True. Now, what else have you been up to?
Actually, tomorrow, me and my cousin, we're going to go out to watch a movie, and we're like debating on what to watch because personally, there's Ready Player One, The Pacific Rim 2, and Lara Croft, right?
Yes.
And like those are three movies I wasn't particularly excited to watch. Like, it's not something like Avengers or something, but those are movies that you could watch in the cinema. So we're not entirely sure what to watch. So if you could help on that, let's have like a little debate on which movie is cooler. Maybe people in the chat could help out.
Yeah, actually, we're trying to get something going for the weekend. We might, the Quit Stalling friends here might watch Ready Player One, so we're trying to work that out. We can patch you in through Skype.
Yeah, definitely in the cinema. Pare, pulis ako.
Oh my god. Yeah.
All right. With that, Harold, what have you been doing this week? There you go.
Oh, thanks. I was about to ask you more things, but we'll do that after me.
Okay.
We'll do that after me. It's about me. So, I've been trying to figure out my stream schedule because I haven't been able to stream consistently. And yesterday I got sick. I wasn't feeling too good yesterday, so I didn't even get to do the This Week in Quit Stalling video because I did not feel good. I'll probably put that out tonight. A little late. But yeah, so aside from that, I had a meeting about some local media stuff, like esports stuff. So things are looking good with, tournaments that are happening locally that I might shoutcast, might do some videos for, and, might get people from Quit Stalling involved. And
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Aside from that, last week, I did do the Mind of a Geek thing like I talked about on last week's show. And overall, it's just been like content creation stuff, just trying to find stuff to do and do well. And I don't want to just put stuff out, I was like, you know what, maybe I should just stream and not care. But then it's so hard not to care. Like whenever I stream, I want it to be entertaining and I want it to be a show and not just me.
I've actually seen you on though recently in what do you call that, in World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah,
I've seen you playing, like, because I check my Blizzard app to see who's on, then I could go on, but then no one's on.
Yeah, I play World of Warcraft because it's one of those, like, you can turn your mind off when you're doing like daily quests and like just grinding stuff. Like I can have something playing on like my other monitor. So like that's the game I play to just like unwind. Like yesterday, I was playing that because I couldn't really do anything else. Like aside from like pressing 2 and 3 on my keyboard and WASD, I couldn't really do anything else.
Oh, fun fact. You might want to catch Family Guy this week then. It's going to be a Warcraft episode apparently.
It's an April Fool's thing. Blizzard always does that. It's because it's April 1, right? So I'm guaranteeing that's going to be an April Fool's thing.
Oh, that did not come to mind.
Yeah, you gotta watch out, man.
It's almost April 1? Wow.
Yeah.
I hope there's another Rick and Morty. Please let them do that. Please.
Oh, man. They haven't. Yeah, we talked about that last week. They haven't even ordered the season.
I know. They probably don't even have the script yet.
Yeah. Stop drinking, Dan.
I'm surprised, though, Harold. You didn't plug in the Fireside Gathering or whatnot. Talking about stuff you're working on.
That's
I
true.
thought you'd bring that up.
me and Mick, folks at home, the Fury bot over in the chat, if you guys are looking at the chatterino right now, me and Mick de Guzman, are working on the first ever Quit Stalling Hearthstone Fireside Gathering. I mentioned that, I think, during the Jinx plug. So we're holding our very first Hearthstone Fireside Gathering on April 7. It's going to be a 4-hour thing, but mainly we're just going to hang out with people, play some Hearthstone on the side. It's going to be at Playtaste in Mandaluyong. If you guys have seen Spectrum Manila, it's on Shaw Boulevard. It's going to be fun. You guys should check that out if you're in the Philippines. I highly recommend. If you haven't really played Hearthstone or if you've never played Hearthstone, just come by. We're all just there for fun. It's not going to be anything serious. You're not going to have to compete. You're just going to go there, hang out with the Quit Stalling people, the friends of Quit Stalling, and just chill, just relax. We want to do more community stuff and meet people who've been in our chat. So that's pretty much what we're doing right now. So in terms of Quit Stalling.
I am jelly. That's all I have to say about that.
We'll send you a care package, right, Francis? We'll send you something. We'll send you something. We're not gonna leave you out, Juancho. You are 50% of the Geekcast. I can never leave you out.
Well, 33.33 when Jay's on.
Honestly, how often is he on, right? We miss him. Like, he needs to come on more. That's what we're saying.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we'd see him like after Avengers comes out, right? He has to go all like he has to go on then. I mean, was he there during the Black Panther one?
Yes, he was.
Right?
Yeah, with Mick, you, me, Mick, and Jay. Colonizer. Yeah, so it's gonna be good, guys. It's gonna be good. You and I, we didn't go to Comic-Con Asia. You for obvious reasons. Me, because my apparent job at Comic-Con was filled by the organizers. Unfortunately, like
oh really?
The person who was pulling me in got sniped by someone else who was organizing, like a co-organizer. So I was looking forward to it. I was supposed to be like a Shark Tank style judge for video games, but I was supposed to be the Ashton Kutcher. I was supposed to be the cool guy.
Don't worry, man. I actually I've been hearing stuff about it, and it's not good stuff.
Right? Okay, so we can talk about that at the very top of the news. Before other stuff, we can talk about that real quick. But like aside from that, like I've been trying to improve in Overwatch as we do, and yeah, just getting back into the World of Warcraft. Oh, speaking of World of Warcraft, I should have talked about this. We finally got ahead of the curve, which is the achievement you get for killing the final raid boss of that current raid. Wow. And in this case, the final raid boss of the expansion, before the content is out of date. Before it gets nerfed and all that. So me and my group, we killed him. Argus the Unmaker, and it was super awesome. This is the first
it's the
time.
actual endgame thing?
Yeah, it's the first time I've gotten to do this because my raid team is so fun. Yeah, it was awesome. We did it on Saturday. I did it off stream because I actually wasn't sure if we were gonna get the kill, and we did. So it was awesome. I got
Congrats.
a cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, thank you. I got a cool mount for it and stuff. So yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Felt good. It felt good. All right, enough about me. Enough about me, Juancho. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of news to talk about, especially Comic-Con Asia. But before we do, I want to say hello to the chat once again. Everyone there, thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, Francis, Mick, all you crazy cats out there. Diego, if you're watching or lurking, appreciate it.
Oh, if anyone in the chat actually has gone to Comic-Con Asia, tell us your experience.
Yes! Yes, I was thinking of saying that before the show.
We really, really need some of that because we didn't get to go.
Exactly. See, yeah, I was thinking of doing that before the show. Thank you. You were so awesome that you thought of saying that. Thank you, man. See, guys, this is why I'm Watch-On. So reliable, so dependable. Look at this face.
I mean, what is that's what a partner's for. Okay, don't make me full screen, buddy. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, aside from holding hands, that's what a partner is for. All right, guys, it's time for the news.
Yes, I see. Good news, everyone!
It's the news, and it's brought to us by GameBite. GameBite goes live tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, 6:30 a.m. California time. We have special guest Solange Shilun-chen of Kuaps Philippines. They're a indie. No, they're not really indie. They're a game development company, right, Francis? You're not indie, right? He's the head of the company, and he's coming on GameBite tomorrow to share his expertise about mobile games and the gaming industry in general. We're looking forward to that. So Solange, if you're not watching, hey, Francis will probably make you watch this part. Yeah, so we got GameBite tomorrow night, guys, 9:30 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, 6:30 a.m. California time. Yeah. Okay, so Juancho, let's start things off with Comic-Con Asia, man. This was I regretted not being able to go because of because of the guests that we wanted to see, namely the Overwatch VO actors.
Mm-hmm.
But turns out we didn't miss too much, did we?
No, I don't think so. Well, I'm only hearing from just secondhand, obviously, since I didn't get to go.
Yeah.
And the negatives definitely outweigh the positives. If anything, I can list down the positives in my hand. Actually, 2 fingers. Sombra and Zenyatta. That's it. That's it. That's the only good thing I've heard about the freaking Comic-Con Asia.
Oh, yeah, Zenyatta was wearing a San Francisco... The voice actor for Zenyatta was wearing a San Francisco Shock jersey, so that kind of lowered my love for him a little bit. No, but yeah, so it was Farah, the voice actors for Farah, Sombra, Zenyatta, and I'm forgetting one.
Wait, Farah was there too?
Symmetra. Yeah, Farah was there too.
Oh.
She actually ran into one of the local gaming personalities, Guaco, and at Jollibee, and then he asked her to take a short clip, and she said, "Jollibee reigns from above."
I didn't know that.
It's super cool. Let me try and look for the clip.
List.
Yeah. Let me look for the clip real quick. Oh, it's Sorbs over in the chat. Hey, Sorbs. You guys, check out Sorbs streaming Overwatch whenever he can here in the Philippines at nighttime. Hey, Sorbs, man, how you doing?
Actually, that's the only reason why I knew Zenyatta and Sombra were in the thing, because I was listening to his voice clips.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Like it was really cool, and they went to Boracay after, so.
Oh. Yeah. So Sherbet is one of the people I know who actually went to Comic-Con Asia.
Wait, why do you call him Sherbet? I always wondered that.
Oh, because I misunderstood his name. At the start.
Okay.
Because I thought
sorbet.
sorbetes was like another word for sherbet. Then I realized it's the Filipino ice cream, but it's too late. In my mind, he was sherbet.
He was sorbet tea.
So sherbet PH.
Sherbet PH. Sherbs. All right, I got the clip here real quick. Oh, that's not it. Where'd it go? Give me a sec, guys. I lost the clip. Where is it? Oh, okay. Found it. So here she is. Let's play the clip.
This is Jen Cone, voice of Farah from Overwatch. Jollibee reigns from above. It does. I can't scream it. Sorry.
Oh, Juancho, you couldn't hear anything?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It was playing.
Yeah, it was playing. So the folks at home could hear it. Big shout out to Glauco Gaming. We should try and get him on GameBite sometime. Yeah, so apparently Sorbs' Smurf is called Sherbet. So yeah, you're good. Thanks to you. Is that thanks to Juancho misunderstanding? Because I know you got your Smurf recently. But yeah, so back to Comic-Con Asia. Turns out it wasn't as good as people would have liked, partially because of SM Tickets and so SM Tickets were the ones handling the tickets, pretty much. The book, people being able to book online and stuff like that. So apparently walk-ins had an easier time getting into the convention versus the people who booked online, which makes
no sense, since what's the point of booking online? I mean, it's for the convenience and all that. I mean, so all you're supposed to do is get your ticket that you've already paid for, that you've actually paid extra for since you've had to use the online service. But no, you're gonna get dumped on, apparently.
Exactly. And from my understanding, that's also what happened during Asia Pop last year when you, me, and the rest of the Quit Stalling guys went. Was walk-ins had an easier time.
Really?
You and I and the others had a fairly easy time because we went to the other ticket booth, the one near the cinemas.
Well, you guys did.
Oh yeah, you got a pass. shout out to Nick. But yeah, so everyone else apparently had a hard time during Asia Pop Comic Con, and now in Comic Con Asia, it's the same thing. So you'd think SMX would have fixed it, but it turns out they haven't yet.
Oh, so this was purely on the SM side was a problem.
Turns out, I mean,
I was
like,
thinking actually
apparently.
that was staffing on Comic Con Asia. I thought that was a problem.
Oh yeah.
From
yeah,
what
so
I heard, there
apparently
were
they still
only
haven't
2
fixed it.
people handling the internet or the internet tickets, and with only 2 people, they were misplacing the reservation code or whatever, the number you're getting. So each person takes like about 5 to 15 minutes. So and imagine the line. So
That's
2
dumb.
people, 5 to 15 minutes, and then you have like hundreds of people probably.
That's horrific.
So I can imagine. I've heard people getting stuck in the line for about 3 hours, give or take, and they arrived early.
That's ridiculous.
So-
And you know, that on top of, you know, the unfortunate circumstances behind Stan Lee not being able to show up, them trying to get Haley Atwell, but you know, she had conflicts in schedule, and
Oh, that was really weird too, Haley Atwell. Because
I mean, I love Haley
we don't
Atwell.
actually know why she didn't go. Like, why specific? Like, we know 2 reasons. One is political unrest in the Philippines, apparently, and another one is scheduling conflict. And those,
Yep.
like, one is like super. It's just crazy. It's probably oddly specific.
I mean, could
Political
you blame
unrest.
her
That's
though?
weird. Like, that's a weird excuse, I guess. And the other one is
Weird.
scheduling conflict. which is,
Juancho, the
like,
political unrest we have here is not. It is palpable. It is visible and scary. It is. It's no joke, man.
I mean, it should be safe to go in the Philippines still, right? I mean, that's something.
How would they know? All they hear is people are getting killed. How is anyone supposed to know it's safe here? Even I'm not quite sure, and I live here. God.
All right, fair enough. But you know, the thing is, they changed it from political unrest to scheduling conflict. You know, so
Yeah, and
What is
she
it really?
wrote this letter on Instagram based on that second one that you mentioned.
I can't read it. I
Oh,
cannot see it.
neither can I. I'm gonna try though. She says, I'm so sorry to be missing the convention in Manila this weekend. I was looking forward to visiting your beautiful country and meeting you all. Unfortunately, the changes to my work schedule have made it impossible for me to travel so far at this time. You will hear more about these projects soon, and I'm excited to share them when I can. I hope to see you at a future convention soon. Like, it makes sense because she does have a busy schedule. Last Asia Pop Comic Con, she was also supposed to show up, but she got that lawyer show where she had an American accent, and it happens, right? Like, you know, of course she has to sustain her career. She makes more from acting than she does going to conventions, and it makes sense. It makes total sense, and I don't know, the local government got butthurt, and that's all I want to say about that before they take us off the air.
The thing is, though, I've heard. I mean, because I actually don't follow Comic-Con Asia news, but I've heard of that. I've heard of the Haley Atwell incident. What I didn't hear about was Stan Lee. Like, there was they didn't say that much about Stan Lee, right?
Yeah,
It wasn't just
statue.
me. Like, I'd expect, get well soon, Stan Lee, or some kind of video about it. But now I feel like it was pretty sketchy that they didn't push that Stan Lee's not gonna be here anymore. I wonder why. Maybe he was the main selling point.
Yeah, and a lot of co-organizers and people who were supposed to have booths had conditions saying we're not going if Stan Lee isn't gonna show up. Like, it was part of their deal. So I guess that's why they tried to keep it on the down low, so that, you know, people wouldn't freak out too much and not show up or complain, and just be surprised when they got there after waiting 3 hours in line. Sorbs in the chat says, dude, the line at Comic-Con was messed up. That's crazy, man.
I've heard. I mean, you're the person I've heard it from. No, you, another person, and some
Facebook.
online sources. Well, if you go to the Comic-Con Asia page, actually, like one of their pictures, like a bunch of people just complaining at the bottom. It's funny. And yes, I've heard the voice lines you've got. It's pretty crazy. I'm not sure if Harold has. So
I have not yet. I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait. Yeah,
it's in our chat. It's in our Overwatch chat.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to that. So yeah, guys, Comic-Con Asia, mediocre. So
I mean, Asia Pop was pretty awesome, and like I thought it was gonna be another Asia Pop, so I was really jealous about that, how I can go. But
I think
unfortunately, you didn't go
to,
either, so I was gonna ask you to compare. So
yeah,
didn't work.
the con you went to seemed better.
Like I have another friend who was even complaining about how empty the actual convention was. That there wasn't that much stuff in the actual convention.
Oh,
the lack of comic-related things, apparently, too.
Oh, that's what happens nowadays with comic conventions, though. Yeah, and Sorb's in the chat said he's going to the Fireside Gathering. Perfect. I'm looking forward to seeing you there, man. We've never met in person, and I'm looking forward to finally getting the chance to. This should be this should be either extremely fantastic or horribly disappointing for you. So I'm looking forward to either.
Is Rumble Royale the streamer we were just talking about a while ago? Was he that guy?
Oh no, Glocko Gaming I think works with Rumble Royale. I'm not quite sure.
Okay, because Mick says Rumble Royale caught Farah too in Jollibee last Sunday.
Oh wow, that's
and
cool.
They had the Chicken Joy bucket signed. So did Farah go to Jollibee twice?
Or people just went to the Jollibee after Glocko posted the video.
Oh, that's true.
She's in Jollibee. She's in Jollibee. Oh man, awesome. All right, in other geek news, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, Juancho? Where on earth could she be?
She's on Netflix apparently.
Woohoo! That's my boy. So on the spot. I'm so not used to this. On the spot. I love this. That's why I have this guy on the show. Yeah. So she's on Netflix. Last year, around April-ish, Netflix announced that they were gonna have a Carmen Sandiego show, and it was going to be voiced by Gina Rodriguez. Some of you may know her from such shows as Jane the Virgin.
I thought it was going to be live action.
Yeah, so
it's a live
after recent events, especially after Annihilation showed up on Netflix and did well, Netflix has decided to turn Carmen Sandiego live action.
Wait. Annihilation? What is that again?
Annihilation. Mortal Kombat. No, it's a Netflix show. It's
oh my
supposed
god,
to be really good.
The thing with what's her face?
Gina Rodriguez.
I'm forgetting this girl. Padme. I forgot her real name.
Natalie Portman.
Yeah, Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a Netflix movie, dude. I thought this was in the cinemas that I missed.
Apparently, it's really good. I think it's a Netflix show.
I have something to watch later now.
Yeah. Yeah, so, dude, apparently it's really good. We can do an episode recap next week.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
We could. I'm definitely gonna watch that because I really thought it was a cinema thing because of the production, you know. And so I thought I missed it because I was looking for it in the cinema at one point.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So Netflix pumping out good movies apparently now. Or is it a show or a movie? Someone check that. But yeah. Turns out, yeah.
What sucks though? Have you heard about how the Netflix films are actually banned in the Cannes Film Festival?
Yeah, because they can't get them in theaters. Yeah, that's weird, right?
That's weird. I mean, like, okay, that seems kind of unfair in my opinion.
Cannes Film Festival. Cannes. Yeah, so that's another bit of news that we could talk about real quick. So Cannes Film Festival apparently is banning Netflix movies because of their inability to be shown in theaters, and they apparently had 3 Netflix movies last year, 2 Netflix movies in last year's Cannes Film Festival.
I think two. I can't remember what they were though, but I remember
Okja was one. I think Okja was one. Yeah, if you could check that real quick. So yeah, because the organizers were hoping they could convince Netflix to at least do a same-day release in theaters in France so that they could be eligible. I think it's odd that they're not allowing Netflix movies just because they're not in cinemas, and it's also because of French filmmakers, and they're complaining like, oh, we have to put ours in theaters, but Netflix, a huge corporation, can just have theirs online and be considered for Cannes. And I'm not clear on the rules of Cannes, but it seems all right for me. Like, why can't other sources be? Why can't people who post the movies online be considered? Because I don't know. I don't know the rules.
I mean, what
of Cannes.
constitutes something becoming a movie?
Yes.
Is it just a 1 hour and 30-minute online YouTube video, or is it a movie?
Yeah. Because if it has the production budget, or if it looks good and has a story worthy of Cannes, can't it be on YouTube and just be considered? Like,
yeah, it seems like an odd stipulation for not giving something an award. It seems kind of like maybe there's something else in the background we don't know about why Netflix can't get a thing. Huh? I mean, if something's good, appreciate that it's good. That's it. You didn't have to put me
I'm with you.
Full screen. That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought there was gonna be more, so I cut to myself just to not make it awkward. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't get it. I wish they were clearer to the layman about it.
We'll never know.
Yeah. Well, we can find out online. We can look it up. All right. In other news, guys, Juancho, have you heard of a little indie film called Blue Harvest? It was by some guy who made American Graffiti, Jorge Lucas.
Never heard of the guy. No.
Never.
Heard he made some terrible edits to some masterpiece movies, though. Terrible edits. And terrible writer, from what I've heard. Doesn't like sand, in particular.
Oh my god, he doesn't. Yeah. Okay, so
He does not like sand.
People actually can't see the graphic if they're listening to the audio podcast. So, folks at home, apparently Mark Hamill has come out recently to IGN. I think he was talking about the original script treatment George had for the final three trilogy, the final three movie, or most recent 3 movies for the trilogy of Star Wars. Most recent trilogy of Star Wars. Why am I having such a hard time with words right now? And because before Disney fully acquired the rights, George had the plan of finally filming the last 3 Star Wars movies, and he approached Mark, he approached Harrison and Carrie, because we're all on first name bases, to start it up again. And Mark Hamill spoke to IGN recently and talked about what the actual flow was. He didn't give too many specifics because it was early when they met, and he was still writing the treatments, quote unquote treatments, for the scripts. But he did have he did pitch them the ideas that Luke would train Leia, and Luke would pass, but in episode 9, after training Leia. So
yeah, I've heard of
that's
that.
That's kind of a huge change, isn't it? Like,
it's a whole nother movie with Luke. That's something I would definitely like, but I can understand why they killed him off early. I think they really wanted him to be a Force ghost in the last movie, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about I don't know how I feel about how he's supposed to train Leia.
Yeah.
In the last 3
movies.
They're
old. You think she would have been trained by then?
No. Does this mean that this is the original plan for the next the 3 Star Wars movies was supposed to be closer to The Last Jedi and not super time skipped?
Well, this is I'm assuming the most recent treatment. So I guess because of her post Battle of Endor duties, she never really got trained, is what I'm assuming, and then they just do like classes on the side to train her a little bit.
and then he decided to train him when they were old. That's weird, right? No,
I'm thinking it's more of like Luke is close, like he's getting old, he knows he's passing, so he's training more teachers to train the younger generation, is what I'm assuming.
If he's getting old and he's passing and he decides to train someone who's literally the same age he is, That's kind of
true.
weird. Because you're not really passing it down, you're passing it to the same level. You know, you normally
going
think
lateral.
if you're passing down something, you're gonna pass it down to someone younger. But
Yeah. But yeah, so and turns out, you know, aside from all the Luke and Leia news, which is abundant, J.J. Abrams also wrote. Oh, that's not a shot of J.J. Abrams. Let me look for that. J.J. Abrams also wrote a treatment for the newest trilogy, and obviously,
I don't know why both of us are having a hard time saying the most recent trilogy. The most recent.
Because it's been referred to as so many different things, right? Like, so we're just thinking of other ways to say it. But yeah, so apparently J.J. Abrams was also in charge of writing the most recent trilogy. I finally said it okay. And it was supposed to be passed down from 7, 8, 9. It was supposed to be one arc. Oh my gosh. It's supposed to be one story arc as well. But as we know, The Last Jedi didn't follow that because of the director, whose name is escaping me right now. Rian Johnson. Thank you, Rian Johnson.
Breaking Bad guy. Bad guy.
So Rian Johnson didn't follow that treatment either. So a little bit of karma happened there. And now it was supposed to be handed off to Colin Trevorrow for episode 9. But since Trevorrow pulled out, Abrams is back in. And we don't know what the hell is going on. Like, is Abrams gonna follow his original
I heard he's
plan?
planning to rehash. I mean, like, go back to some plot lines he set up in the first movie.
Oh,
That's what I heard. Like, we might go back to Snoke and everything. So.
Okay, that's interesting. 'Cause, you know, like it's weird because if he just decided to stay on for all 3 movies, we might have had a more coherent movie experience, a more coherent trilogy. Instead of Rian Johnson trying to do his own thing. God.
Yeah, I mean, I Love Firearms on the chat actually says, moral of the story, Star Wars sucks.
Oh, man. It hurts, right?
Some Star Wars suck. Some just suck.
Because it hurts, right? Because, yeah, I talked about this on Mind of a Geek with Nate and Brandon from Ink Geek Studios. Check that episode out, guys. I love that, you know, everyone was very invested in Star Wars because of the time gaps that we had in between the movies, and especially the time jump we had since we last saw the original trilogy and the characters involved there. That's why The Force Awakens was so huge. Not only did they play to our nostalgia, they tried their best to expand the universe a little more. And what The Last Jedi does is it kind of just does what Luke did with the lightsaber. It kind of threw it behind him, and they tried new things that, you know, didn't necessarily work. And, you know, to avoid this becoming a huge discussion about Star Wars, you know, I just want to say, you know, this is confusing, and hopefully they find a good way to bring the story back around after the chaos that happened in The Last Jedi.
Well,
I mean, what are your thoughts on
I
this,
believe
man?
in JJ.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I kind of believed in Rian Johnson too, but you could totally just feel the Disney, like this movie was a Disney movie in The Last Jedi.
It was.
We can't talk about The Last Jedi.
Yeah, we're gonna get too far into it. That's gonna be crazy.
Why did the text have to be red? Because of salt? Good job. Because of salt. Anyway, it's not. So, speaking of dead franchises, Mark Hamill also talked about how it would be interesting to have a horror-themed Star Wars thing, Force Ghost thriller, right?
Yeah, it would be
He
really
also
cool.
mentioned something about that.
Yeah, he just said, you know, he wants one. I don't think it'd be the worst thing.
I can imagine it. It might have to break the lore a little bit, because then if it's gonna be a thriller, that means there's a bad guy. And normally in the Star Wars universe, only good guys become Force ghosts. I mean, there was that thing in Clone Wars where there was like Darth Bane, kind of his spirit. I don't know what was up with that. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, and it was odd because you're right. We don't really get like Darth Malak as a Force ghost. We've never seen Revan because he was in neutral. Like I don't know, it's confusing. We never even saw Qui-Gon fully, except in Clone Wars. Actually, now that you mention it.
Oh, but it could make sense in how the consciousness of Sith people are actually in the holocron, which is kind of a ghost since you're a hologram.
I like that. I like that.
Right?
I
So
like
it could
that.
work.
It could work actually. Now that we're
Disney,
talking about it
please
like
hire.
this.
Disney, please hire.
Juancho's looking for a job, guys. Juancho's looking for a job. No, and it reminds me of a book that I saw. I think it was called Death Troopers, and it was a story based on stormtroopers getting lost in space, and it was a thriller as well. And there's so much that you can do with a Star Wars universe, kind of like what Marvel is doing, where you can tell a heist movie, you can tell.
You could tell
a
a
rom-com.
monster movie, dude. That's one thing I want to see.
The Zillow Beast in Clone Wars? Dude, I would be game for that. I would be so game for that.
Or the planet where the Rancor is from. I want to see that planet.
Planet of the Rancors. I want to see that movie.
You can literally do anything with Star Wars. Heck, they made it a comedy.
Yeah.
You feeling it now? You feeling it?
I feel it too much.
Oh, we've got to go back to that.
All right. Let's go with something slightly more serious. Dan Schneider. For those of you who may have heard his name or seen it in cartoons and TV shows, Dan Schneider was a producer, executive producer at Nickelodeon. He is finally parting ways after a long storied career with them, having hit shows like Kenan and Kel, iCarly, and so many more. He is finally parting ways with Nickelodeon after all the awards he's won them and all the ratings and money he's gotten from them and given them. But Juancho, this is not a happy tale.
Oh,
and
is it?
I want to brush through this because
someone
it's
leaving
really,
their job normally isn't happy. So
yeah. So I think I've brushed on this in a previous episode or probably an after show, but yeah, I don't want to delve too deep into this. But turns out Dan Schneider is kind of a d-bag.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there are rumors swirling around, a lot of hashtag #MeToos and Reddit posts that you could find if you look for it, talking about how he handles his staff, especially considering the actresses, the young actresses that he has
hella underage,
employed.
yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going around Dan Schneider, and one, his fetish for feet, and two, his interactions with his younger actresses.
That picture, though, you gotta pick that picture.
I had to paint the guy in an equally creepy light as his good pictures show. We have to balance things out. Because if you see these photos, you just think, oh, he seems like a typical run-of-the-mill writer guy. But yeah, so a lot of rumors go around. Just to be brief, turns out he might be the reason why Amanda Bynes went crazy. He might be the reason why Jamie Lynn Spears disappeared, and may also be the father of her baby.
Really? I don't.
Yeah.
Now you're being a conspiracy theorist.
No, you read the stuff online. There's more than one source. There are various sources. There's a ridiculous amount of sources based on. Yeah.
I won't lie to you. I did when I saw this on the show notes. I did not think this is where this was going.
I know.
I actually thought I knew a lot about this because you wrote something Butch Hartman. Like, what came to mind? Someone leaving Nickelodeon, right?
Butch Hartman, dude. Yeah, he left too.
Yeah.
Last month.
Yeah. So I actually thought you were talking about Butch Hartman in the show notes, not this Dan guy. What's his name again?
So,
Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider.
Like, I got confused.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna talk about Butch Hartman and how he's leaving the show. Because
Yeah, you can talk about Butch
follow
Hartman
him
real
on
quick.
his YouTube channel when he draws like the Fairly Odd Parents but they're older. I actually I follow him on his YouTube. I thought that's what we were talking about. But no, I did not expect this.
Okay, so real quick, yeah, Butch Hartman is also leaving, or has also left.
Yeah, he left this month or last month.
Last month, end of last month.
February. Yeah.
I'm Butch Hartman. I've created.
Which is sad because I was really looking forward to a Danny Phantom reboot, which was supposedly in the works.
Now is like really not a good time to have a Danny Phantom reboot. Did you know about that really creepy guy on the internet?
No, tell me more.
It's pretty graphic though. There's this YouTube channel and he's pretty crazy about Danny Phantom.
Okay.
Specifically about what do you call the guitar girl? Ember.
Sam?
The Ember Ghost in Danny Phantom.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like there's this dude who is in love with that character. To the point he made it his religion.
What?
That when he dies, he says that Ember would collect his soul, and he ended up shooting up a supermarket. It was one of the crazier pieces of news I've heard this year. I think it happened last year. So I was like, now is not a good time to have a Danny Phantom reboot.
Yeah, definitely. All right,
Sorry, that was
let's
pretty
move.
dark. That was really dark, but it's a piece of news that I've heard.
That's super dark. Let's move into happier nostalgia, shall we? Let's talk about Power Rangers. Talk about dead franchises. Lots of dead franchises on the show today. All right, so for those of you who don't know, Power Rangers has a comic crossover happening within its own universe called Power Rangers Shattered Grid, and they have come out with probably one of the best trailers out there.
Dude,
for
I
a
thought
Power
this
Rangers
was gonna
franchise.
be a movie.
I thought so too. I'm so disappointed.
Who makes a trailer for a live action trailer for a comic book? That's crazy that they did that.
Oh, man, I haven't been this debated since Civil War. But yeah, yeah. So this is a really good trailer. You guys should check this out. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. I can't show too much of it on the live feed because of copyright reasons, but this should be a TV event, and I don't know why they can't do it that way. Probably because Haim Saban is kind of a jerk from what I hear as well.
It feels like a more serious. It feels a little bit too serious to be something in the TV Power Rangers universe. Do you think?
But that's kind of what it needs. Yeah, you're right. But that's what Power Rangers needs today to become relevant again. You know, like if they stick to the path they're on right now, which is, I don't know, focusing too heavily on the kids, it's not really getting that demographic as well as it used to. And if they
all they really want is the kid demographic, right? I mean,
yeah,
it just wants to sell the toys, and normally older people wouldn't buy the toys.
You are wrong.
I mean, they don't want to get canceled, buddy. I mean, have you heard of what happened to Legend of Korra and Young Justice not selling toys? They get canceled.
No, but that's the
So they
thing.
can't go all serious.
That's the thing is, don't you read online like I'm sounding so confrontational right now. I'm not trying to be confrontational. I'm saying like a lot of their sales, if you look at like their legacy stuff, older people our generation and above are buying toys, are very invested in the nostalgia. And if they focus like not even the main series, give us like a Shattered Grid series or something like that, and focus it towards our generation, I think that'd give them hella profits. Like I think this is something they should capitalize on, is the nostalgia, which they failed to do with the movie.
They tried that with the Power Rangers movie, and I heard, despite me loving it, it was a bomb. No,
because they delved too differently. They went a whole nother way with it, and I think the key to success for the Power Rangers is, you know, taking the nostalgia and running forward with it, and not delving too far, not deviating too far from the source material. They went weird with it, you know, in the movie. Like I can understand.
I mean, if you look at the toys, they're really creepy. Like
it's creepy.
Alpha 5 looks really weird as a toy.
even the Zords, if you could even call them Zords, like Goldar in the movie.
Yeah.
Like it was squandered. And the crazy thing is, what appealed to me in the movie was the interaction with the characters, not the fighting. I like
really for me it was the fighting. It was mainly the fighting.
The
It was
dialogue
a dream
and the fighting kind of.
It was a dream come true to see like the dinosaur, like the dinosaur Megazords fighting not as the person Megazord. What do you call that?
Yeah.
You know,
We
because you
need more
never
of
see
that.
that in the series. Like they, as soon as the Megazords come, they transform to the person right away.
Yeah.
You never fight as like the dinosaur stuff. So that was like a dream come true for me to see.
That's a very good point because yeah, you're right. We only got that the first like 2 or 3 episodes of Power Rangers.
Yeah,
the
it's only the
Super
first
Sentai.
two or three episodes.
Like yeah, again like this could have been handled so much better. Like with all things that we complain about with our
Well,
nostalgia.
maybe
Star Wars.
if the comic book sells well, they'll probably turn it into a movie. You never know, right?
I know, and again, don't do the Hollywood thing and change it too much. Give us the source material that we expect.
Probably do a Star Wars on it. I mean, this feels like just continue the story.
Yes,
But even though it's been such a long time.
do it on Netflix. Haim Saban. All right, do it on Netflix. Netflix, throw them that money. Like I love that South Park sketch where they're like, Netflix, you're approved. How can I help you?
I've never seen that.
It was super funny, but yeah, like I don't know. There's so much that they can do. Like continue the story, give us stuff that give us a more mature version of what we grew up on. Progress the storylines past what they've been, but keep the aesthetic, keep the look of it. Don't change it too much.
I mean, that's what shattered the shattered time. What is it called? The shattered
Grid.
What?
Grid.
The shattered grid. I mean, that's what it did. This is our Tommy. This is the Tommy we grew up with, and we're seeing what happened to him right now.
Exactly.
And it gets to you.
Overseeing Lord Draken. But yeah, and huge shout out to Miguel Mercado, a local artist that I followed on Instagram way before I found out he was Filipino, and then he did the cover pages for Boom Studios for the newest, most recent Power Rangers comics when they launched. So huge props to him. He's like 23, 24, and he's doing this. Like,
crazy.
I met him at Comic Odyssey.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, thanks to Nick. Yeah, so super awesome. Like, yeah, give us more of this. Give us more of this, Saban. Like Juancho, wouldn't you watch a TV series of this, or a movie of this?
I'd watch a movie. A TV series, maybe. Depends on how serious the actual thing is.
Yeah, like imagine like a Netflix 10 episode, or like what they do with Marvel.
Oh yeah. Probably.
Oh man, we need this in our life. Netflix has changed the game for me. Like I expect everything to be that quality.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man.
Like,
all right. Oh, sorry. What's up?
they could do it animated too, I guess. Like, I really like their Castlevania, honestly. They could do something like that. That'd be crazy.
That might make it easier for them.
Yeah.
All right. So, lastly, we'll talk some Marvel, man. We'll talk some Marvel because I might have to open my. Wait, hold on, 1 second.
I mean, it isn't a show unless we talk about Marvel at one point.
Yeah, Marvel, Star Wars, staples of the Quit Stalling Geekcast. First things first, the Russo brothers are trolls. People have been asking them, "Where's Hawkeye?" in the Infinity War posters and trailers. People were really bitching, "Where's Ant-Man?" So what they did is they gave us an all 90% Hawkeye poster. For those of you not watching at home, check out the Russo brothers' Facebook cover photo on their fan page. So they gave us Hawkeye, as you can see here. Let me make it bigger. And for the people who wanted Ant-Man, there he is. He's on the arrow of Hawkeye, right there.
Oh, I did not know that. I've seen this picture. I actually saw this picture last week before the show.
Oh wow,
And,
okay.
Yeah, and then did you notice the hill they're standing on is his hair?
No way.
That's his hair, dude.
What the That's hilarious! That's gold. That is... I did not notice that.
I mean, honest, if you take out like the main Hawkeye in this, the big one, drawing the I don't know how to pick out the specific Hawkeye I'm talking about.
Center,
the biggest
center
Hawkeye,
lower,
the center one. Yeah, it makes
lower
more
center.
sense than Iron Man doing the Jesus pose, right?
Actually, yeah.
This would have been cooler. And Hawkeye is like, people like Hawkeye.
Yeah.
He's in, like, I remember one of the best promotional videos for the Avengers movies was Hawkeye singing that one song. I forget what it was though. Na 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 na. I'm forgetting, but it was a skit. It was a skit on TV. I forgot what it is, but it's just Hawkeye singing, and it was just hilarious.
Oh man, you make me think Game of Thrones. Oh, well, think about it. Think about it. While
he was singing at the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. The the Ed Sheeran thing. Thinking out loud.
I'm thinking about how.
Yeah.
Baby, you're so.
Yeah, that he sang that, and it was hilarious.
Wow.
Did you see that video?
I gotta check that out. I'm gonna open that up. But yeah, so for those of you who are just listening to the audio-only version, and you haven't checked out the Russo Brothers' Facebook page yet, do. And it's pretty much Hawkeye or Jeremy Renner in different images of concept art that they just threw on one poster with Thanos in the background, and it's good. It's so good. Yeah, it makes me wish we got a lot of at least some of these costumes in the movies because they're really nice. These concept artists aren't messing around. These are really good concept outfits.
Heck, makes me want a Hawkeye movie.
Or a Hawkeye Netflix show, like they had the Hawkeye comic. I like that.
No, I want a movie.
You want a movie?
I didn't read the comics, no, but I've seen the covers. They're really cool. Super minimalistic.
They are, and it's just like him trying to be an average everyday guy, but getting hooked into certain things. I think Jeremy Renner could pull that off. And if it was a movie, I just hope it's not Bourne Identity, but it's Hawkeye. Like, I hope there's more layers to it. Oh man.
Wasn't Hawkeye the last born?
Yes, he was. Jeremy Renner was the last born.
Okay. That's where you got that. All right, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. In other news, Phil Coulson. For those of you who don't remember, Phil Coulson was the part of the reason why the Avengers finally got together and decided to become the Avengers. Clark Gregg has been listed as part of the cast for Captain Marvel, which makes sense because Captain Marvel is happening in the 90s. So it only makes sense that Phil Coulson will show up to talk to her. And yeah,
that's cool.
Clark Gregg is going to be in Captain Marvel. I just wanted to say that.
I mean, in the movie universe, do they know he's alive?
No. Lady Sif knows, but I don't think she told Thor. I think she's the only one in the movie universe who's seen him alive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Aside from that, Marvel Rising is a Secret Warriors TV show that Marvel is putting out, and it's going to come out this year, 2018. And we've gotten, thanks to Nerdist.com, we've gotten a first look at all the heroes that are going to show up in it. So we have Inferno, Daisy Johnson, Quake. I'm forgetting her name. Ms. Marvel, the Indian one, the one that took over after Captain Marvel became Captain Marvel. America Chavez. Spider-Gwen, who's going to be renamed Ghost Spider in this show. Of course, Captain Marvel, Patriot, and Squirrel Girl, who's going to be voiced by Milana Weintraub, who's really hot. And I'm going to give you guys close-ups of everyone. So yeah, here's Spider-Gwen. For those of you not watching the video feed, sorry about that. And I like this cast, and I like the Secret Warriors. As a whole, so I'm looking forward to the show.
It looks very Young Justice. Young Justice.
No, I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping it's not like their other Marvel TV shows that are too kiddie for me. Too kiddie.
Like, I don't think any of the Marvel TV shows are good.
They are not. See, that's my point again. Is when you play too much to the younger audience, you kind of are forced to hold back content, and I think if you do it like
I bet they sell a bunch of toys though, so they don't have to worry about that.
I know, but if you do it like Young Justice, and you know, when kids grow up, they watch it and they get certain parts that they didn't get when they were younger, wouldn't that be better?
Get them to watch it first.
Yeah.
No, they gotta do what Star Wars did, dude. Like, make it super, like, super kiddie, the first few episodes, and make it grow up.
Yes! Yes! That's my boy.
There we go.
That's my boy. Yeah, I'm with you, Juancho. But yeah, so I hope this turns out better than any of their other TV shows, because DC is winning hands down on all things TV
Anything
related.
that's not the movie, the
Yes.
movie universe, DC is winning, I think.
Yeah.
I prefer the DC comics. I prefer the DC animated movies, definitely.
Yeah.
Any DC show, and yeah.
Yeah, hands down. Well, I still like Daredevil season 1 and 2 really, really much.
Oh
really
no,
well.
yeah, that's true. Daredevil.
Those are good.
Forgot about
Those
that.
are good. Yeah. But you know, I am the immortal Iron Fist, sworn enemy of the hand.
That's funny. That's also what immediately popped into my head after I said Daredevil's good. Iron Fist went, and I was like, it's automatic now. They're together.
Yeah, the second season of Jessica Jones wasn't that good either. After having such a nice first season, they kind of blew it with the second one. But you know what? It's another story for another time. We should actually talk about Jessica Jones if you plan on watching it. If not, then we'll talk about Annihilation.
I don't plan on watching Jessica Jones. Sorry.
It's all good. I am not making you do anything. That's fine. It's totally fine. Yeah, I get that you don't love me.
If Jay was here, you could talk to him. I bet he watched it.
Oh my gosh. Ifs or buts, or what's the phrase? If it's or buts for what, candy and nuts?
I have no idea.
That sounds dirty when I say it.
I've heard something like that, but I don't think it's right.
All right. Well, we're ending the show, folks. That's it. Juancho, any other things you want to talk about actually before we end the show?
The Chris Evans thing. You didn't really. I mean, just real quick.
Oh shoot. Yeah. Let's breeze through that real quick. I totally forgot. Go for it.
So Chris Evans. Well, what you wrote in the notes is officially leaving the MCU after Avengers 4. What I heard is this rumors, right?
Nerdist confirmed it through, I think, Variety.
I mean, that's the actor saying he wants to leave, like he wants to be done after Avengers 4, but you know, sometimes the money is too good to pass off.
Well, that's kind of why he stayed around for this long. You're right. Oh, the New York Times.
Iron Man was supposed to leave ages ago, but here we are still with Iron Man.
Yeah, and he gets paid the most out of any Avenger, right? Robert Downey.
Makes me think of what's his name, the old War Machine.
Oh, shoot, yeah. We talked about this, didn't we? We talked about this.
Yeah. How?
Not Don Cheadle, friggin' Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. How they're recently friends again. That's what we talked about in the show.
Yes. And you know, it's because they had that whole Marvel like 20-year anniversary thing, or 10-year anniversary thing. I think it was 20 years.
I think it's
10. 10?
Yeah, the cinematic
MCU,
universe
sorry.
is 10 years old.
Yeah, you're right. And you know, they had like all the previous actors show up, and you know, people who weren't there were like Edward Norton, Terrence Howard wasn't there. So like, I really wish he was still, like, no offense to Don Cheadle, he was all right, but I think Terrence Howard knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, but he was the highest paid actor in Iron Man, right?
Yeah, he was
At the time.
Yeah, because Robert Downey was on the up. He wasn't like fully recovered yet, and people weren't sure of how stable he was.
And then, you know, but this guy vouched for him, and that's what happens in the real world. Being a nice guy, you're not gonna get to play War Machine.
Yeah, guys. See what's gonna happen is next Quit Stalling Geekcast, Juancho will be in this box, and I will not be anywhere on the show anymore. Oh man, Juancho will be like, "Hey, welcome everyone to the Quit Stalling Geekcast. Harold's gone." Or you'll just have like a different Harold.
How many people are named Harold? Harold.
You'll just change the
Where am
spelling.
I gonna find another Harold?
You'll find a Harold Plays. You'll find a Harold.
I'll find
Plays.
a Gerald.
The Gerald Plays. That's so bad. Gosh. All right, let's end the show. Let's end this. Thank you everyone for tuning into the Quit Stalling Geekcast. Thank you to all our most recent followers: Desktop Sand, Godfist Gaming, Leah Girl, Ink Geek Studios, Mr. Good Capitan Cocoy, Dan's Random, Archer Perez, It's _Common, Prince Ulrich von Liechtenstein. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I usually have the subscribers show up, but the app is messing up, so I'm just gonna read them out. Our most recent subscribers, the Fury Bot, and of course InstaDZ, my co-hosts. Thank you guys for subscribing, and of course our Bit Cheer leaders. Oh, and Gabe Bruges also subscribed to us. Gabe Bruges, thank you so much.
Who's that guy? Nice.
Yeah. Our Bit cheerleaders, of course. Let me. Where is that? Bits. I can't find the bits. Where are the bits, Juancho?
I don't know.
Who's cheered us with the Elder Jin? There we go. Elder Jin. Who's cheered us with the most bits? Clark Q Plays, and I am Kokak. Thank you guys so much for cheering us with bits. Every little bit counts. Thank you so much for tuning in. Juancho, man, final words. Where can the folks at home find you when you're not on the Quit Stalling Geekcast?
Oh, you can find me at my Twitter, which is @SaldanaWancho, or my Instagram, it's @Juancho Saldana. So, either one.
Awesome. If you want to find more of me, I am at Herald Plays on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, twitch.tv/Herald Plays, and on YouTube at Herald Plays. Look for me there. I will have videos coming up this week. Fingers crossed. If you want to find out more about Quit Stalling, check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/QuitStallingUs. We're on Twitter @QuitStallingUs. We're on Instagram @QuitStalling. youtube.com/QuitStalling. And of course, you are probably watching us right now live on twitch.tv/QuitStalling, so check those out. You can find all our podcasts on any podcatcher that you like, be it iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and so many more. If we're not there, let us know and we'll put our stuff there. Email us at quitstallingShow@gmail.com. And yeah, that's it. You can find me tomorrow night on GameBite, 9:30 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, with Mick and Diego Z, and of course our guest for the week, Salon Shilunchen. Check that out. And yeah, till then, do we have anything else to say? Thank you everyone in the chat. Remember?
I'm really jelly that you guys always have guests.
This is such a weird time to have Philippine guests. If we could get like American guests, if you could hook us up, dude.
Who exactly would I have to find, huh?
You had the chance to get Will Wheaton on, but you didn't.
Damn, you're right. Fuck.
Just tweet him the photo and be like, "Hey, Will, remember me? You want to come on our podcast?"
Oh my god, I just realized I could have been like going to cons and having like random, like, you know how Sombra and Zenyatta are at the con, you could have asked him to say quit stalling.
I wanted Diego to do it, but I don't think he did. So he said he would. He said he would.
Huh? I don't think Diego went to the con, did he?
Oh, that's probably why.
I mean, after Stan Lee dropped out, I think he didn't go anymore.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's it, guys. We will see you next week. Same geek time. Oh, same bat time. Same bat channel. Till then, get off your butts and quit stalling. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody. Bye.
See ya.
Let me fix the music. Wait. This episode of the Quit Stalling Geekcast was brought to you by the fine folks at the Quit Stalling Media Network. For more, check out all the social media that Harold just talked about.